Hi, my name's Jeff Tucholsky, and I'm one of the deacons here at Shepherd's Heart, and I'm back again to talk more about discipleship. In the last video, we discussed following the Greatest Commandment and how to more consistently keep the Lord in front of mind and give Him the honor and the praise in those in-between hours where we're not in study or in service or in worship. Today, I want to focus on idols in our lives that, if not intentionally but practically, we may put before, or if you will, even above the Lord. As I've said, I'm right in there with everybody, needing to improve this in my life as well. I know this topic about idols has been preached and discussed many times, but I think it bears repeating and self-examination, asking ourselves, what do we each put before God? We're born to love and worship earthly things. First our parents, and then our playtime and friends, and then things like food, fun activities, our interests like sports, hobbies, books, TV, etc. We all have them, and our blend is unique to each of us. As we grow, some of these become more important and can evoke strong emotions, such as joy, happiness, excitement, even sadness. Some could even become obsessions, occupying much thought, time, and energy. And then, of course, our family and our devotion to our family and their activities can take much time. And then there's our work and our career, which can completely occupy us if we let it. So with lives full, it's not easy keeping God front of mind and can pull us away from God in that in-between time and replace Him in what we at those times deem more important. Denise and I often reflect how secular activities scheduled on Sundays have worked to not only lower church attendance, but to move people away from God. So we need to ask ourselves, is that happening to us, even in a small way? One step away could lead to another, and so on. And then we need to ask, what is it that we idolize in the world, and how that works to replace God in our lives? What kind of idols? Well, the obvious ones are celebrities, they come to mind, sports figures, movie stars, even great preachers. And do we make graven images? Well, maybe not God's per se, but how about sports logos or apparel or flags or my kid's an honor student on your bumper sticker? And there's many more. And what about our possessions, our homes, our yards, our cars, our clothes? Are we idolizing ourselves and or our achievements by displaying them? And then there's money. We could say a lot about that, but money is powerful and seductive and can be used in so many ways for good and evil. And its power over us can make it an idol. Luke 13:16 says it very plainly. We cannot serve both God and money. In some sources I found said we're not even to use money to gain security. We are just to put our faith and security in God. As stewards, I think we are to use money primarily to build the kingdom. And I think we all know that, and I think we try to do that. But it's not easy. And as I said earlier, it's in our nature to want and enjoy these earthly things. That's why it's so difficult to keep it in perspective and to change our self-centeredness to acknowledge that God who made us and from whom all blessings flow. So what are our idols? What graven images do we figuratively bow down to? What things do we give praise and honor and get all excited about, seemingly even more than the Lord? Perhaps we should all think about this, make a list of all the things we enjoy, pursue, and schedule around. Are any of these getting in the way of following Greatest Commandment and Commandments 1 and 2 of the 10 Commandments and keeping us from honoring God the way that we would desire? Are they preventing us from praying, from reading the Bible, from church activities, from Bible studies, or other opportunities to learn to be a better disciple? For those things that are keeping us away from God, we could plan better so they don't interfere and choose the Lord if there's a conflict. And if it's the pursuit of money, even if for personal security, is it dominating our thoughts? I admit that's a problem for me, that insecurity leads me to worry about my finances, and I'm not having enough faith to turn that worry over to God. So how can we get all excited about God and have that enthusiasm be strong or stronger than our enthusiasm for earthly things and become more contagious? Okay, I know that's not easy, but perhaps we could praise and worship more enthusiastically in church with less inhibition, and maybe that will flow over into our daily lives. For those things you love, we need to thank and praise God joyfully and meaningfully each and every time, and to not be afraid to praise God in public for these things and when good things happen. We should let others around us know it. All we have is His. Display Him as much as we do our favorite pastime. For me, I could display the cross is my sign and not Notre Dame. I have a sports shrine in one of my guest bedrooms. Maybe it's time to make a shrine to the Lord. So again, we each need to think about the idols or the activities that take us away from church, from service, and from opportunities to grow in our faith and our discipleship. If we want to grow in our discipleship, remember its sibling word, discipline. It takes discipline and practice, and it starts with a step. We almost never make big changes in our habits all at once, but it needs to start with a commitment and taking that first step, and then another, and then another. Lather, rinse, repeat, and see what the Lord may do. Even a small move could have great consequences when God is in it. Who knows, a few steps in showing your love and honor to God may lead someone else to Him. So next time we can look at the Greatest Commandment Part 2, love others as ourselves, and then the last 6 of the 10 Commandments. Till then, thanks for listening, and God bless.